and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone, the Slow and Short series. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. In this series, we'll move our bodies a little more slowly, and the classes will be shorter. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses for the brain. We're going to make a connection between that brain and the body. So let's get started. We're going to begin by moving forward in our chair and taking just a moment to connect your feet to the earth. So making sure your feet are on the floor solidly, and then make sure your sits bones are grounded to the chair. Think about connecting to your heart center, letting go of everything outside of the room. Close your eyes and just begin to feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. Let's just take a little deeper breath in and see if you can make your exhalation just a little bit longer. Breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're going to roll our shoulders kind of forward and then up and then back and down. So it's a little bit of an exaggerated shoulder roll, right? Should feel good. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going back first and then up and then around. And let's do that one more time. Okay, good work. So we're going to drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. Go ahead and, if it works for you, grab by the back of the chair and just lift up through the heart, and you might feel a little different stretch in that neck. Let's release that. Then we're going to go to the other side. So we're just going to let that neck fall first. And then if it feels okay, you're going to reach behind and just grab your chair, lift your heart up. Let's release the chair first and bring that head back up. Does that feel okay? Good. So next we're going to move into a series called Cat and Cow. So we'll start with cow. We're going to lift up our heart. So think about lifting through the throat. Bring those hands back behind you, and let's just turn our thumbs to the back wall. So you're kind of squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Now we're going to move into cat. So we're going to round our shoulders, bring your hands to the thighs, tuck the chin, and look down at your lap. Okay, let's move into cow again, lifting your heart, thumbs to the back wall, opening up, looking up towards the ceiling. And then round down into your cat again. So it's a nice extension through the spine, right? So we're extending the spine and then we're rounding the spine. And release. Excellent work. So next we're going to move into extended mountain. So we're going to take our fingertips, lengthen those arms, fingertips to the ceiling, okay? Now remember, shoulders stay down, belly is tight, palms together, interlace fingers, pointer fingers to the ceiling. Notice that I have my elbows bent a little. It's fine. We're going to lean our mountain. Now, as you lean your mountain, you want to make sure that you keep this side down, right? So we want to stay solidly on that chair. And we're just going to turn and look up towards the ceiling. Super gentle here. Let's take the twist out. Let's come up, bring those hands down, and take just a little break. All right? So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it on the other side. All right, are we ready? Fingertips to ceiling. Shoulders stay down, palms together, interlace fingers, pointer fingers to the ceiling. All right, are we ready? Let's lean that mountain again. Remember, if you want to bend those elbows a little bit, it's absolutely fine. Or if you feel like you can extend those arms, that's good too. Let's turn and look up at the ceiling for a little twist. Take the twist out, bring the fingertips back to the ceiling, and release. Let's grab a sip of water. We are going to move through some yoga movements, adding some memory sequences to help you with your brain power. So we'll start and I will guide us through, and then we'll move through the sequence without me cueing and see if we can remember the sequence. So let's everybody, if you have your ball, go ahead and grab that and bring it right here into your lap. So we're going to start in mountain pose. Now, we're going to pull our belly in and round into cat pose and grab your ball. Tucking the chin, looking down at your lap. Grab the ball with the right hand. We're going to come up into goalpost arms. This hand is going to come across your body and you're going to grab the ball. And then you're going to open. Now this hand is going to come across the body and grab the ball. Are you feeling the twist happening right at the waist? Yeah? Come back center. So keep those knees forward. We're going to tilt. And then we're going to come up. And we're going to tilt the other way. And then we're going to come up. We're going to place the ball into our lap and mountain pose. Cat pose. Grab the ball with the left hand. Come up to goalpost arms. Do you remember what's next? Grab the ball. Twist. Grab the ball. Do you remember next? Tilt. Come up. Tilt. Come up. Place the ball. And release. That is so good. How did you guys do? Yeah? Did you like that one? Kind of remembering and seeing if you can remember? Okay. Let's set our ball down and grab a sip of water. So the next is a challenge of memory. We're going to come to standing. Place your hands on those thighs. Press yourself up into a standing position. And we're going to make our way behind our chair. As you move, if you would, grab your ball and place it in the seat of the chair. So we're going to move through some yoga poses, and I will cue it at first. Then we'll see if we can remember without me telling us what comes next. So go ahead and reach over and get your ball. If you don't have a ball, it's fine. We're going to come into extended mountain. So my arms are towards the ceiling. Elbows can be bent, is fine. Now you're going to grab that ball and bring it forward. You're going to bend forward and your arms are like they're hugging a tree. Now grab the ball with your right hand and come to goalpost arms. Left arm is going to come across your body. Keep your hips forward. Grab the ball, and then we're going to open up the other way. Now that right arm is going to come across your body. Keep those hips forward. Grab the ball and open back up. Now we're going to lean. And we're going to come up, and we're going to lean the other way, and we're going to come up. Bring your hands to heart. Grab the ball in the other hand. Up we go, extended mountain pose. Grab the ball. Bend forward as your arms hug the tree. Up we go, goalpost arms, ball is in that left hand now. Arm comes across the body and grabs the ball. Then we open. Other arm comes across the body. Remember, those hips stay forward. Grab that ball. We're going to tilt. And come up, and we're going to tilt, and come up. Bring that ball to heart. And release. How did you do? Did you remember the sequence? I know it's challenging. Okay, so we're going to put our ball in our chair. Now, through the next one, it's called halo. And what I'd like you to do is take your feet, the width of the chair legs, maybe a little bit more, not much more, but just a little bit more, maybe, if that works. So I want your toes pointing forward. We're going to lean to the right, and I want you to look down and make sure your knee is staying behind those toes. We're going to come up, and then we're going to lean the other way. And we're going to come up. So now, how did that feel? Make any adjustments you need to make for you. So if you need to bring your feet closer, bring them closer. It's fine. But I want you to feel comfortable leaning from one side, coming up, and leaning to the other side. Okay, so that's important. And then can you do that without holding the chair and it feel okay? Let's come up and do it again. Can we do it one more time before we add on? So remember, make sure the knee is behind the toe. Up we go, and the other side, and up we go. Okay, very good. Now, the arm motion. You know we're adding on, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to bring it around my body, and then I'm just going to take a little flick with my hand. And let's do it the same side again. Bring it around your body, around your head like a halo, and then it's kind of like a flick. Let's do that again on the same side. Hand kind of makes that halo overhead, then flick that hand to the side. Let's bring that hand back to the chair, and we're going to do the other side. So we're bringing it around and a flick. Let's do that again. Big old circle around the head like a halo and a flick. One more. Okay, now we're going to do it with the leg motion too, okay? So the hand comes around as a halo, we lean as we flick. Up we go. And let's do the other side. Bring that halo around, lean as you flick, and up we go. Okay, so now we're going to bring our arms out. If it feels okay, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Ready? Here we go. Halo, flick. Halo, flick. Bring the hands back down to the chair. How did that feel? It's kind of fun, right? All right, let's come to a seated position. I'm going to grab my ball and I'm going to place it under my chair. And grab a sip of water. If you have a ball, go ahead and grab that ball in your right hand. I'm going to move a little forward in my chair, and I'm going to press that ball up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to bring that ball down. Push the ball forward. Bring it center and to the side. Bring it center and grab it with the other hand. All right, we're going to go up and center, forward and center, side and center, and switch. Again, up, forward, side, switch, up, okay. How did you do on that one? You think you got that? Okay, we're going to add the legs now. So as the ball goes up, our knee is going to come up, okay? Then it's going to come down. Now, as that ball goes forward, we're going to just extend the leg, toes are out, and then we're going to come center. Now, as a hand goes to the side, I'm just going to open that leg up, and then I'm going to bring it in, okay? Now, let's do the other side. So we're going to switch sides. Up, knee comes up, and down. Now, that ball's going to push forward, and that leg is going to extend, and we're going to come in. And now that ball's going to go to the side, and you're just going to kind of open up that leg and center and switch sides. Ready? Here we go. Up, You can laugh at yourself if you mess up. It's okay. One more time. And release. Were you laughing at yourself if you messed up? I know, I mess up all the time. It's so good. Okay, so another brain switching series with a bouncing ball. And again, if you don't have a ball, you're just going to be doing your hands, right? It's fine. So here we go. We're going to bounce that ball down, up, down, and down, down, and down, down, and down, down, and down. You got the rhythm? Dump, 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 dump. Okay, let's take a little break from that. Now we're going to do the legs. Same rhythm. Dump. So up, down, up, down, up, down. Now let's add the ball bouncing. So add the arms. Bounce and up, bounce and up, bounce and up, bounce and up. Keep going. Down. You got it. And release. Did you get that? Okay, we're going to do it just like that one more time, all right? Let's do the legs first this time, though. Lift, and I think we did it that way. Let's start the ball. Down, up, down, up, down, up. See, I laughed at myself, didn't I? Okay, now let's add the knees. Up, you got it, right? Adding those legs. So this really messes with our brain. So good for us. We're going to do one more on each side, and then I've really got a brain teaser for you. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the legs going that same speed. So we'll start with the legs, and then we're going to have the arms be half of the time. It's really challenging, but that's okay. We're going to get there, all right? Let's start with the legs. Up and down. Up and down. Now ball, half time. Right? It's so hard. This is the very much like the touch, patting your belly and rubbing your head. This is exactly what this is. It's just in a little different way. Can we do one more? We got this, I know. Laugh at yourself. It's okay. Good. Whoops, I just messed up. See, I can't talk and do it all at the same time. All right, we're done because I messed up and I couldn't get back to it. All right, let's put our ball down. We got our laugh for the day. Really, really good. We're going to finish up with a pyramid pose and a seated pigeon. Okay, so we're going to take that right leg and we're going to extend it out in front of us, toes to the ceiling. Lengthen through the spine and let your heart fall forward. So it's a nice stretch for the back side of that leg. You feel it? Yeah. Okay, let's come up and then we're going to do that one more time. Lengthen nice and long through the spine. Pull that belly in and let that heart fall forward. And up we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move into our pigeon pose on this side, and then we'll just do both on the other side. So my ankle is resting on that leg. Now remember, if you prefer, this is another version of that, and it's just fine. So you've got your ankle crossing over. Just make sure you leave this leg out. So we don't want to pull this leg in. We want to leave that leg out and then cross so that you're getting the same stretch here. Okay? So pick your position of the legs and then lengthen through the spine and let the heart fall forward. You should be feeling it right here. You can have those hands on that thigh for the thighs for support. It's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and tuck and roll. And we're going to do that just one more time. We got this. Yeah, let that heart fall forward, keeping that back flat, feeling that stretch, and up we go. Okay? Let's do the other side now. So we're going to extend it long first, getting it into pyramid. Lengthen through the spine. Hold on to those thighs as you let your heart fall forward. And then we're going to roll up and do that again. Ready? Lengthen first. Heart falls forward. My hands are here on those thighs for support. And then I roll it up. And then let's do pigeon. Are we ready? So remember, you can leave this leg right where it is and cross ankle to ankle. It's great. Or you can cross ankle to knee. Ready? Let's lengthen nice and long through the spine, letting that heart fall forward. Go ahead and roll it up. And we're going to do that one more time. Lengthen and hinge. Exhale as you let your heart fall forward. Feeling that stretch. And up we go. Let's go ahead and lean back in our chair, getting ready for Shavasana pose. Hands resting lightly on the thighs. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out.
Let life be. Let the little things bring you joy. Let the big things give you inspiration. Let the challenges make you more determined. Let the problems bring out your skills. Let your differences with others build a pathway to new understanding. Let your fears show you how to exercise your courage. Let the noise and confusion teach you to be more focused. Let the annoyances, distractions, and interruptions strengthen your patience. Let the new moments come. Let the past go. Let experience show up and teach you its lessons. Let life be as life will be, and let yourself grow more alive, more capable, more purposeful, and effective as a result.
Open your eyes. Let's drop that right ear towards our right shoulder. Feel that stretch. And drop your chin towards your chest. We're going to go left ear towards left shoulder. Chin towards your chest. Go ahead and look to the front of the room. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Click on that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.